welcome to the NewsX Sunday Guardian Roundtable. Well, politically it's been a very eventful year, beginning with Uttar Pradesh and ending with a climax in Gujarat, the elevation of Rahul Gandhi and also the verdict on 2G. To join me to discuss what the year has been and also taking a look at the year ahead, especially for the fortunes of Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi, I have with me on the roundtable Chandan Mitra, BJP leader, Dilip Cherian, political commentator and image consultant, RPN Singh, national spokesperson for the Congress party, and Sandeep Bamzai, editor-in-chief for the Financial Chronicle. I'll begin with you, Mr. Mitra. It began well for you, but the ending of the year has been somewhat of a downer for the BJP. You didn't get as much in Gujarat as you expected, for instance. The Congress has got a clean chit on 2G.
The Congress hasn't got a clean chit.
Sorry, the UP has got a clean chit.
No, nobody has got a clean chit. This is only the beginning of the journey to send them back to jail. So this is only the beginning. See, okay, this trial court has kind of given a strange verdict, but anyway, I'm sure it will be rectified as we go along. As to your second question, once again, I think there's nothing. It's a year that the BJP has to cheer. I mean, Gujarat, our vote percentage has been very good, and in number of seats, because of certain permutation combinations on caste lines, a few seats have come less. But you know, a miss is as good as a mile. So it hardly matters.
A win is a win.
A sixth time in a row. And I think this is a matter where everybody should have been congratulating the BJP, but they are pretending as if the BJP has lost the election, which it has not. It has won for the sixth time.
So are we being too harsh on the BJP, Dilip? Because it is the BJP who set that benchmark of 150 seats at the end of the day in Gujarat.
You know, not keeping up to your own internal targets, I think there's no problem with, because you know, you have to set your targets high. As they say, reach for the stars, at least you hit the moon. That's a possibility. But the fact is that the UP election win is something which probably in a sense sets a mark for what happened in 2017. Because that set a tone of a huge continuation of an undercurrent, and don't forget that it was past the other biggest event of the previous year, which was the demonetization. So if you look at it politically, I think the BJP has a lot of reason to cheer, as much, despite what Chandan said, a reason for caution. Because don't forget, any government in its third year, and when you're entering your fourth year, you are already needing to be watchful about what's going to happen in the future. Don't forget that in 2 months' time, they're going to present the last budget that they have. So in a political sense, no, it's the last, because after that it will be a vote on account. Okay, so in a sense, they only have one budget left, and that also is a political message. Therefore, you will see the messages of 2016 and 17 being ingrained in the budget of 2018.
That's right. But was the benchmark so low that after UP, that even winning, not even winning Gujarat, but at least putting up a performance in Gujarat wins you kudos?
Well, I think the bigger thing that has come out in this year is the lie and scoot program of the BJP. We have seen how repeatedly the Prime Minister in his election campaigns says something and doesn't have any proof to back it up. That is something, this is the year, this is the expose of the BJP's election campaign trail. They built the whole...
he still won Gujarat, as he's pointing out.
I'm just saying it is all the lie and scoot program that the BJP runs in his election campaign. That's the country has been able to see through. If you see in the 2G, their whole election campaign was about 2G and how much 176. The assumptions and the presumptions of the BJP have been laid bare today, firstly. Secondly, like in Gujarat, we saw the Prime Minister taking the campaign to where he accuses the former Prime Minister of this country, but he doesn't have anything to back it up with. The third biggest thing is that the Prime Minister, who spoke so much about corruption during when we were in government, has not uttered a word about the corruption within his rank and file and within corruption which touches his office. Be it the GSPC, be it Jai Shah, be it the Rafale. We hear the Prime Minister in opposition talking about being the chowkidar of the wealth of this country. But this, the country has seen. And fourthly, which is most important, we have seen the distress in rural India. We have seen unemployment at its highest. We have seen the economy shuddering and nearly shutting down. These are the things which, this is when 3.5 years of the BJP are over. That is why it's a watershed here, if you look at it. All the lies of the BJP are slowly but surely being exposed. what we've been talking about farmers and unemployment, today people are actually, even the media is taking concern, and that's something I'd like to bring in the media. We saw...
We are part of
yes, no, what we see is when you talk about, you must have the same benchmarks for all political parties. You spoke
this is
about,
one channel that is not really based in North Korea.
I'm not talking about you. Well, you can report to the movies I'm going to see. You can report that also.
Yeah.
Maybe I go see Tiger Zinda Hai. You can take a bite of me there.
That's a note for the Congress party. Good note to end on.
But the distress we see in the farmers, we see the distress among the youth of this country. This has come to the fore. And those lies have been exposed. That, I think, is a watershed here as far as what we've been saying and what the BJP has been saying.
So basically, Sandeep, what he's saying is this is the year where the sheen has started to wear off the Modi government. It's a good year to go into 2018, where they have 4 crucial elections, state elections, and then, of course, the precursor to 2019.
I don't know whether the sheen has worn off on the Prime Minister himself.
But the government.
Because if you look at the 12 months that have gone by, his stock, his popularity continues to soar. If there is one man, just take that one man out of the BJP and ask them to fight an election. Let's see what they win. I don't think they'll be able to win a municipal poll. The Uttar Pradesh election...
in Gujarat was a vote for Prime Minister, vote for the whole BJP.
Look at the Uttar Pradesh election. It's a seminal election fought by the Prime Minister himself because there was no chief ministerial candidate. He indefatigably, tirelessly, from one side of Uttar Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh is Uttar Pradesh.
I think you tweeted or you wrote it somewhere that the fact that the difference between round 1 and round 2 of the voting...
That is in Gujarat. The difference in round 1 and round 2 is almost 9% in the votes that the BJP got.
And again, it was the Prime Minister.
Entirely the Prime Minister.
The carpet bombing in the last 7-10 days of the Gujarat election was purely the Prime Minister. It is his vote. It is not the BJP's vote. But equally, I think somewhere the relaunch, resurrection of Rahul Gandhi also took place in the Gujarat election. Because if you look at the empirical evidence that is emerging from Gujarat, you have the Patidar tie-up, which has worked very well for him. Saurashtra, Kutch, where the Kapas farmers became an issue. Again, he's done extremely well. Temple Run, soft Hindutva, again he's done very well. The 26 places that he visited, 18 seats were won. Even Surat, epicenter Surat, where the textile trader agitation, etc. was there, it is the government which moved with alacrity and cauterized the running sore by changing the GST polymix and all the numbers, etc. It's only then that of the 16 seats in Surat, the BJP won 15. Otherwise, look at those 16 crucial seats where the margin of defeat is between 1 and 3,000. Just suppose 10 of those seats had gone from the BJP to the Congress, and the Congress would have formed the government.
And his smile would have been larger than Tiger would have been really Zinda then.
Equally, given the Prime Minister's continuing popularity, rising stock, I think a defining moment has come in Indian politics once again, where bipolar politics would probably be, because for about 3.5 years, it's been unipolar. One party, one man. Now finally we see, and I hope he gets it right in Karnataka also, where Siddaramaiah already seems to be making the right noises, doing the right things. So if Rahul Gandhi can fix those things and do whatever he's been able to do, bring all the youth forward, cut the umbilical cord to all the old guard, then maybe you'll have a genuine opposition party, and maybe that genuine opposition party will be able to take on the Prime Minister and the BJP in 2019.
Chandan, will 2019 be a fight between Rahul Gandhi and Modi, or will it be Modi of 2014 versus Modi of 2019?
You haven't seen enough of Mr. Modi yet. You just wait to see how he kind of springs back and completely, I would say, shuts up the entire opposition. In any case, the opposition, Mr. Singh may take, score one-liner, Tiger Zinda hai, lekin Tiger to lagda hai. It has not recovered from that. Maybe Zinda, but it is lagda.
But Tiger to hai na?
Tiger hai, lekin Tiger kya karega? It can't move. It has not won a single election in any state.
No, I'll correct you there. So, we won Punjab, we won Manipur.
Punjab, yes, Punjab.
You won Manipur to lose Manipur.
Yeah,
no, but
Manipur rarely won Goa to lose Goa.
Yeah.
No, but the electorate voted for the Congress in 3 states.
It was
Punjab,
not
there was a comprehensive
Punjab you won, yes. consolation prize. So
that's a consolation. We got 77% of the votes.
Still, Punjab was the only state where you actually managed to form a government.
And we know how governments are formed where we are 5 seats away.
You've done enough of it. So I can understand that you know how governments are formed. So
that technology, should I say, is widespread in the political
sphere. It is patented with the Congress party.
Yeah, patented with the Congress party.
But we've been in government for 55 years. So all the blame comes on us.
Perfected all the art. But I think that 2019 will be a fight between Mr. Modi and those against him. I wouldn't say it is all just Rahul Gandhi.
Rahul doesn't have that stature yet.
Rahul does not have the stature yet. He's just kind of coming to his own, and if he doesn't scoot off to some exotic destination for a sabbatical repeatedly in the course of this year, maybe he will be able to emerge as a leader to be reckoned with. But as of now, not yet. But yes, there are powerful regional parties still. There is the CPM.
Your state. Mamata Banerjee.
There is Mamata Banerjee. There is the Samajwadi, Mayawati, and these people cannot be written off.
Correct.
So yes, all the anti-Modi forces will rally, and Mr. Modi has to take them head on, one by one. In UP there is one set, in Bengal there is another set, Karnataka there is another set. But I am very positive is that energized by the Gujarat victory, he will be going all out for another mandate, which I think he needs and deserves.
Dilip, do you think the BJP has been energized by the Gujarat win, or the mood is somewhat temperate? We have the Prime Minister also getting very emotional when he's talking to his MPs. He's shedding some tears. We don't Himachal again. It was a win, and yet the CM faced loss. So it's been a victory which is not really not like the UP win. Let's say.
I can say categorically that it's been a major win for Modi. There's no doubt about it. We need to face that squarely, and both Sandeep and Chandan have reflected on it briefly. But I think in the BJP itself, in the party, there will be a re-looking at a lot of issues. And I think the Himachal case is a good example, where if the party feels that a decision was taken which ensured in some senses that their Chief Minister candidate didn't make it past the post, then they really need, there will be some rethinking, and there's no doubt about that. But I think that a re-energized Congress and a re-energized Prime Minister is the ideal combination for the country, because the country needs democracy and the country needs a Prime Minister who doesn't feel hobbled in any case, and he should go ahead with his agenda and not start retreating. And without a Congress which is re-energized, the country in a sense an opposition was a crying need. But the second thing which we forget is that re-energized youth, because Gujarat also sent one more message that 3 youth leaders suddenly came to the fore. So you are talking, because UP was a bit of a setback for the so-called ladke. So I think in some senses the return of these 3 and the arrival of these 3 energizes hopefully a new breed of young politicians to take charge and to run with it. And I think that's what I hope we see somewhat in 2018 and 19.
Arpin, I know you're more happy criticizing the Prime Minister than analysing Rahul Gandhi, but what about Rahul Gandhi? The campaign that he ran in Gujarat was not so much Rahul himself. He depended on caste factors, temple visits. It was quite a regressive campaign.
Well, if you look at the campaign, he kept the election campaign exactly on the issues being raised by Gujarat. Be it the GST, be it Notbandi, be it unemployment. We did not deviate from what we began, what the people of Gujarat wanted. But I'd like to come in what Dr. Mitra said. He said Prime Minister Modi will spring back in 2019. Obviously, he needs that spring back, because after 2014, with the kind of mandate he got, we had the kind of percentage of votes he got in every state. Election after election, whichever state, yes, I definitely congratulate Dr. Mitra and his party of winning the election in Gujarat and in Himachal Pradesh. But if you see the percentages, what 2014 they got in every state.
Uttar Pradesh, you're skipping.
Even Uttar Pradesh, the percentage we got, I'm coming to that, Dr. Mitra. In 2014, the percentage he got when he became the Prime Minister. If the BJP is shouting from the rooftops, we are doing such a great job. State after state, the percentage of votes the Prime Minister got in 2014 when he was elected the Prime Minister every state, his percentage of vote in Gujarat has come down. What he got in 2014, in 2017 is down by 10%.
But 22 years of anti-incumbency.
No, it's not 22. I'm just saying in 2014, and the Prime Minister will have his belief that he's doing such a tremendous job that there's no need for a spring back, as Dr. Mitra said. He said the BJP is absolutely losing ground faster than it can keep up with. That is exactly what I'm saying. Coming back to Rahul Gandhi, I think he's been, the moment he has taken over as the president, there's seen a sea change in the fortunes of the Congress party. We saw Gujarat, as Sandeep said. If you look at the percentages, they won basically in four cities. What I like to correct, even when Keshubhai Patel was the chief minister and not Mr. Narendra Modi ji, BJP used to still win those seats. But everywhere, leaving those four cities, they've got hammered. So it was not the magic of the Prime Minister or Amit Shah, but those four cities were being won by the BJP even when Mr. Keshubhai Patel was the chief minister. So what is the gain Amit Shah ji or Prime Minister Modi have got to this BJP in Modi, into the Gujarat?
But why didn't you win?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
But why didn't you win?
Yeah, BJP got hammered according to you.
But you should have won. No, we're not saying got hammered. What we are saying is,
you said
in 2002, since 2002 till now, this is the lowest tally of seats that the BJP has ever got in Gujarat. And we have the two biggest mascots who seem to be doing such a tremendous job for the country that from 2014, when they've come in complete charge, that 11% of the vote share in Gujarat has come down. But he's doing such a great job. We hear the Prime Minister saying Vikas or Vikas hi nara hai or Desh ko viksit kar diya hai or sabka saath, sabka vikas, while people are being burnt and killed in the streets of every BJP ruled states. And this is sabka saath, sabka vikas. Come on, let's get serious.
Okay, after that little audition for this slipping into your Bollywood persona, we're going to come back after the break and take a look at what the year end means for the year ahead. You know, what does the Gujarat mandate, also what happened in UP, GST means for the next year. So stay with us. Hello and welcome back to the NewsX Sunday Guardian Roundtable. We're taking a look at 2017 and also finding out what the implications are for the next year. Sandeep, GST we spoke about, and also the politics of the PM. What does the Gujarat result mean for Prime Minister Modi in taking steps like demonetization, like GST? You know, after demonetization, he thought it's a great step because UP they won. GST, I think, put some brakes on. So, will we see him being a little more cautionary in the near future?
See, if you go back to demonetization, I think the biggest and most crippling blow that came about through demonetization was on Behenji Mayawati. So that impacted the UP election adequately as far as the Congress, as far as the BJP was concerned. Now, if you examine the PM and his persona and his image and the perception around it right through the year, I don't see any erosion in his popularity. I don't see any change in his graph.
Even
in fact,
the GST cost correction did not.
Nothing. In fact, you know, you would, and Dilip would be a better person to tell you because he is an image guru. But if you look at the Prime Minister's personal popularity, it remains rock solid. And this is actually, in a way, an anachronism because the BJP is not as popular as the Prime Minister. Let's make this distinction. And it's a very important distinction. And I continue to maintain that if the BJP were to fight an election, any election, municipal, general, state, without Narendra Modi, they'll probably get routed. Huh?
No. I mean, on what basis do you say?
I'm telling you, because you can. Who do you have as a mass leader?
He's spending more time being star campaigner than being Prime Minister.
He is your only vote catcher. He is your only vote catcher.
As a politician,
effective Prime Minister.
He is your only vote catcher. He is the only vote catcher. Can Mr. Gadkari win an election for the BJP? Can Sushma ji win an election for the BJP?
Hypothetical.
Can Mr. Jaitley win an election for the BJP? I'm just looking at the big four. Okay? Now let's look at the Congress party.
Did that not happen with
Congress
Vajpayee also? And same for the Congress. Can any other CM face Congress face in the election for the Congress?
When Atal ji was the Prime Minister, there was Advani ji, there was Joshi ji, there was Jaswant Singh, there was Yashwant Sinha.
But for elections,
there was Pramod Mahajan. There was Pramod Mahajan. So there were 6-7 very important leaders, and Chandan will tell you that leadership deck and this leadership deck are completely different when it comes to mass-based politics.
Okay.
This
and Sushma ji was much stronger than
exactly.
now.
Seriously mass-based. The Prime Minister's popularity at the mass level. Prime
Minister is the only leader.
And organizer like Mr. Amit Shah, see, there is really...
I have a saying for this, which I'll repeat here. When Atal ji was the Prime Minister, it was Tina. There is no alternative to Atal. Then for 10 years you had Sita. Sonia is the only alternative. Now it is Nita. Narendra is the only alternative.
When is Rita going to happen?
We forget one little thing. In the politics of 2017, the other master stroke that the Prime Minister played, which was political, is also the re-grabbing of Nitish, which also happened. Given the fact that all the other allies are either hassled, irritable or fairly loud, he managed to swing this, and in a sense.
And is DMK going to be the next ally to jump ship?
That's why
what you see, he managed. What you have to give credit to Rahul Gandhi, when the elections in Bihar came, he managed to patch up people like Nitish and Lalu together,
without a doubt,
which was impossible. If you see in Gujarat, if you see but he formed the government. Well, everybody wants the spoils of power. That you have to give him credit for. If you see all the three boys in Gujarat, be it Alpesh or Hardik and Mewani, he managed to get all three diverse. He managed to stitch them together and had them campaigning together for the Congress party.
So he's a catalyst. He's not a leader.
So he is managing. See, he's a catalyst, but Narendra Modi ji is a leader.
Chandan will agree.
No, he can agree. That logic by the press, I don't
giving
understand.
Your sarcasm
What I'm trying to say, he managed all those three people, the three boys. He managed to get on the Congress platform, and you see them all three working very well. So he's been able to manage these contradictions in a short while. And as far as coalitions go, you see other political parties today. You have Akhilesh Yadav in Samajwadi Party, where Rahul Gandhi has a great equation with him. There's Tejashwi Yadav in the RJD.
So
yeah, and he has reached out to Mr. Stalin, Kanimoi, and Mr. Sharad Pawar ji has already actually reached out, done a comeback.
But had he reached out before the Gujarat election, the result might have been different. Mr. Sharad Pawar backed out at the
but they were asking for too many seats, and we
that
saw
always happens.
Yeah, but we can't have if they're asking for 50 seats and they don't even win one. They managed to win one seat. I think they should have got their appetite under control, and we would definitely have been had a coalition.
The lack of strategic thinking, I think, still dogs the Congress.
The key is that if the Republic of Khichdi was to stand up,
Republic is a very nice word.
Republic of Khichdi is to stand up against Mr. Modi in 2019, then will Mamata Banerjee or Naveen Patnaik or Akhilesh Yadav or Behenji Mayawati accept Rahul Gandhi's leadership?
Is the question.
That is the most important. Here he got Hajj on his side. He got Hardik, Alpesh and Jignesh on his side.
Right.
But these are younger people. Those guys are bigger politicians, seasoned. They've already been chief ministers. Some of them have been union ministers.
Correct.
To bring those people under his leadership. And I think the other important thing is that Rahul Gandhi needs to show the people of India that he's anchored, rooted, grounded. That he's a politician 24/7 and that he is visible. As Chandan rightly said, he can't disappear. That part is over. He's 47 years old.
He's no more a cub. Now he's a tiger.
No. He has to show the people of this country that he's in this business, he's invested in this business, and he's invested 24/7. It is only then that people will accept him as a politician. Because the lifeblood of any democracy is bipolarity, and you need a good, solid opposition party.
That is something I think we all agree on. I think Rahul's biggest challenge is probably going to be his own past. He has to prove he's no more a paper tiger, no more on social media, but someone who's there 24/7 and can carry on the good work that he started in Gujarat, at least in terms of giving an opposition.
Are you saying paper tiger zinda hai?
Maybe that, sir, you might be saying that for Prime Minister Modi. I wouldn't call him a paper tiger.
actual
He's a
tiger?
lion.
Okay.
No, he's...
Modi is a lion and Rahul. So the fight between lions and tigers, we'll see it continue next year.
No, we like to be soft and we like to win people. We don't want to be lions and tigers. We want to be decent, good human beings.
So love versus the jungle warfare. Okay, let's see which spirit wins in the end. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching this show and we wish you a very happy 2018.